Gods and goddesses in training, welcome back to the channel. It's Uncle Makura today. Man, I feel like I'm going into like a catabasis period of doing a lot of shadow work, going into the underworld, and then coming out of the other side with the elixir of life. That's what I'm being called to do, summoned to do. I still have a bit of an ascension flu, if you can hear it in my voice. And I need this time to rest, really. I'm so glad I have this meditation retreat. Even, I'm not sure if I can go in person actually today, but I'll see if I can go tomorrow. So I think I wanted to talk to you guys today about some ideas I've been thinking about. You know, we as men have been so emasculated, you know, in society. And I think we've taken away that sharpness from ourselves, that hint of danger, the hint of, you know, activation of that primal potential within us. Right now, as it's coming to like a weird villain winter arc mode for me, I'm seeing through all the bullshit. And I'm being challenged to kill my ego and resurrect him and build him back up to the ego that I truly prefer. And this is a process of transformation. I had a conversation with Mathis yesterday, very interesting conversation. Man, our conversations are not normal, okay? If you ever spoken to me as an adept, we speak about things that I guess normies or regular people don't speak about. We speak about you finding your connection to your spiritual path and your deities. We speak about bridging the internal and external worlds, the metaphysical and spiritual worlds. We talk about these topics that just expand your mind. And usually that's not a thing. Like, usually people don't sit down and really talk to themselves, you see. But how are you really talking to yourself? This is a question that I had for myself, and I noticed I had this little whiny bitch within me that was like, oh no, it doesn't have to be like this, or I can't do it like that, or I don't know if that should. Shut the fuck up, dude. Right? That's what I want to tell that little voice. You don't even know what you're talking about. Like, you just want to complain to aggravate the situation, but guess what? We're in the fire now. Okay? Your complaining isn't solving anything, little ego. Hey, little ego, why don't you shut the fuck up? Okay? This is the energy. And I'm not saying this to be profane or rude, but this is really, the science of taboo language cuts through the subconscious very quickly. That's why I'm saying, shut the fuck up, right? I'm not just saying shut up. No. It's not enough impact for you to shock yourself out of a negative state. You need to use your willpower. You need to exert that as much as you can against that little, you know, princess part of the mind that likes to complain and be a brat. Hey, if that little part of me wants to be a diva, wants to be a little brat, guess what? It's gonna get spanked. So stop trying to appease that version of you that's like, oh yeah, let's all win the participation trophy. Okay? Guys, this is really important and key what I'm telling you, okay? Don't ignore this video. This is a very important video. The energy that we're tapping into in our next retreat in New Zealand, if you're interested, or you're watching this right now and you're interested in meeting me in person, because of course you see the guy on YouTube and you're like, yeah, man, it's the YouTube guy. Oh, cool. But once you meet me in person, bro, I'm just like you. And we can chill and we can have a conversation, you know? And it's so dope, right? Because every time I get to meet some of you in person, including the first time I met Ryan G in Bali, you know what I mean? Like, that's dope as fuck because we became brothers online through an online brotherhood. Think about this, guys, okay? We all met through an online brotherhood and, you know, we were connecting like that. And then we started our own movement, you see? But if we didn't have the backing of our brotherhood and our other brothers, it wouldn't have been possible to be where we're at right now. But I just want to remind you, if you want to support what we're doing, irregardless, you can send a donation to my PayPal. You can send me a message for that. If you're like, hey, I love the content, I want you guys to improve, and you want to donate something for Primal Sutra for the cause, because really we're using this collective and movement to heal as many people as possible. So you donating will give us access to creating better products for you guys, creating better content for you guys, creating better opportunities for you guys, right? To work with us one-on-one and in person. So we really want to make this New Zealand thing happen. So save up for that time. It's going to be next year, okay? Get prepped, get pumped up, okay? And make sure you get on a wait list, okay? Maybe shoot me a deposit beforehand just to lock it in, okay? And then we're gonna rush into it, move forward, okay? Because that's our next evolution, we know it. So really, I'm ridding this character of this procrastination, this self-doubt, this laziness, this feeling of laziness, man, which I don't even think is our own. That's the wild part. We have been programmed to be lazy. And that's not me being a victim and not taking responsibility for my actions, not at all. You fail to understand me, you see. I think that we've been told so much that, oh, you're being so lazy growing up, without them really seeing the picture underneath. All right, guys, my bad. The phone ran out of battery, but I'm back again. So we were talking about this going into the darkness phase. And as men, we need to create an avatar version of ourselves, a villain version of ourselves that allows us to tap into that primal instinct. And I think this is very important for every man to understand and slowly come to terms with. Because if you're doing what the 99% of men aren't, you're going to refine yourself like a crystal, like a gemstone, in an island of fake diamond knockoffs. Okay? So the pureness, the truth, the authenticity remains strong because you are the most alpha. I'm not comparing myself to any other alpha. Okay? I'm trying to achieve my most alpha. Shout out to my mentor AZD for pointing this out. Men are led by truth, not mercurial feelings. Don't be led by your emotional state primarily. You have the state and you maintain the vibe in the state, but you want to aspire to become a man of principle, okay? And I think a lot of us are missing this in society nowadays, okay? We've stopped living by principle and values, right? And virtues. We've just gone our own way, okay? I'll do everything by myself. Reality doesn't apply to me. This is such a destructive way of thinking, guys. I'm separate from reality and society? Are you serious? Sure, you can go live in a log cabin somewhere in the woods, okay? I'm not saying don't do that. I'm saying I'm not gonna allow my emotions to dictate my actions any longer. You see, we need this tough leadership at times to say enough is enough. Can you suffer the risk and consequences of your actions? Yes or no? If you can't, you're going to constantly belittle yourself. It's rare to see a man take a decision without second guessing himself afterwards. That's what's happened in this day and age, guys. As a man, you are the spiritual leader of your home, and you choose to be a beggar, right? Or have your spouse take all the decisions, or partner take all the decisions to plan out everything in the relationship. Wallpaper will look like, to what the, carpets will look like. Oh, that will look really nice, honey. Okay, let's make this more of a girly thing. Okay, let's add flowers everywhere and let's redecorate. So I kill the primal masculinity out of you so no other woman will be attracted to you. This authentic masculinity that I'm tapping into is a provider energy ultimately. It likes to provide. It will gladly provide spiritually, mentally, emotionally, energetically. A lot of us are lacking healthy male role models in society, okay? You're lacking the true male identity and function, which is to have direction and purpose and build something of value. Dude, let me tell you this. This might be your wake-up call. If you've just been stuck at home, okay, playing video games all day, eating Doritos after Doritos, you know, jerking into porn. Men, you need to stop sedating yourselves. You need to wake yourselves up out of this trance, bro. I can speak from this space because I'm in it too. I'm with you guys. Let's fucking go, right? I'm tired of running. Is anybody else tired of running? It's time to face the challenges head on. And the energy is, that's just the way it is. That's just the way it is, man. I'm going in. I'm going in. Have you ever had the masculine urge to say, it is what it is? Okay? That neutrality, that detachment from outcome. Give me a second here. I'm processing something. You know your own code, but you keep breaking it. You know what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to work out. You're supposed to move your physical body some way. You're supposed to have an advantage. You have to look for your primal advantage or your genetic advantage, okay? Or look for your advantages, man, because your entire life you've been looking at your deficits. Where are my flaws? Where are my flaws? We know you got flaws, okay? Everybody's got them. But what are your advantages in this life? Are you doubling down on those? Okay? For instance, I can speak to an Indian public and to a Western audience. You see the power in that? Like, I'm not just saying that so that happens. I'm actually embodying that frequency right now. And it's beautiful. To be able to impact so many people across the planet. And people say, how do you speak so well? How do you speak so well? I haven't stopped talking. The only moments I stop talking is when I'm listening to my own music, you know, rewriting ideas, meditating, journaling, okay? Doing some yoga and some stretches and some breath work, making myself a nice glass of, you know, bulletproof coffee in the morning. It's a beautiful life, bro. And I want to start doubling down on that life. I don't want to be that guy who like wakes up in the middle of the night and has food cravings. What a fucking bitch. I'm gaining weight and becoming overweight because I'm oozing an estrogen energy. Testosterone actually has a lean, muscular look. And I want to bring that muscular look back. I want to start tapping into that essence. I want to tap into what my brothers who fought wars, who were in the Mahabharata, who were in wrestling cages or doing mud wrestling or kushti in the past. I want to tap into that ancient bloodline of Indians to really tap into my own human genome. You see what I'm doing here, guys? This is ancestral healing. Our people, we have good shoulder advantage. We used to carry rickshaw, okay? We used to carry things on our back. Use your genetic advantage, guys. Use your potential. Okay? It's because of the Indian diet that a lot of Indian men have the skinny, fat physique, myself included, okay? And I'm starting to take a notice of it because now I'm more interested in my brain health so that I have enough intelligence to handle the physical body health. This is a really ninja way of moving through this biohacking game, guys. Okay, listen to what I just said. This stuff is so powerful, man, and we take it for granted. Just eating a nice, fulfilling meal, grass-fed, right? Fresh ingredients. Have you ever ate something with fresh ingredients? Like just, like a salad or something even tastes good, right? Balsamic vinaigrette, a little bit of that feta cheese, that mozzarella. Man, and it's like a meal. And it sustains you and it fulfills you, but we give no intention to the food we're eating. What if the little cauliflower of pasta or whatever you're putting in your mouth, right, is there to build your internal world? What if you give it that intention? Is to build a palace within with the pasta I'm eating. Whoa, dude. But this is the way my mind works, and this is the way that I think. I think like I'm playing God of War or something, bro. I feel like I'm in some kind of an anime, like with a really long name or some shit, like a Burikushi Kai Shensai Hai Sai Sai Sai. Okay? Like really deep into the trenches of it all, right? Like really feeling myself as this identity of this nice people pleaser guy who's slowly starting to get captured by my most proud father within, let's just say. So the empathy of a mother and a tough love of a father coming together to create this infinite portal for this child frequency, for this inner child energy to blossom. And realize, guys, children are alpha. A lot of kids you see, they're so free and expressive, and then we as adults, we become very monotone and very cold and very distant, and we lose our heart and our soul and our energy, our youth. But what if we could maintain that, keep that alive, effervescent? What if we had the fountain of youth and we didn't even know it within ourselves? You see, what if it was right under our noses? What if we had all of the codes that are just hidden away, and this is just a process of revealing itself, right? You're just learning more and more to reveal more and more. You're not learning to consume more and more information. You're learning to get to your truth. You're learning my frequency right now. You're hearing something, and we're being a mirror to each other right now through this YouTube video, where you can take something from this and adapt it according to your own algorithm, like a symbiote that just adapts to the being, right? Like venom. And so once you understand how this works, you also understand that you can really keep yourself captive by certain mental parasites and belief systems that are not serving you anymore, that have no longer served you. It's old data, it's old corrupted data that's still in your system. And this is where the energy work comes in. You need a disk cleanup, okay? Straight up. You think you don't need a Norton antivirus, but you're downloading it for your computer or whatever? Some people come to me and they're like, I'm possessed, like help, Okay, and others come to me and they're like, they suggest that it's a pretty simple problem. I'm feeling stressed recently. And then little do we know, right? Like their sister passed away 2 months ago, and they were binge eating all night, for days and days. We don't know that until we reach a brink of trust built, of rapport built, of vulnerability built towards, two individuals interacting. And myself as a guide, as a practitioner in this, holding space for you to actually make mistakes and look weak and look vulnerable, and it's okay to do that because, hey, nobody else on the outside world has to see that. This is our own private session where we allow ourselves that catharsis, that impact, right? A lot of people ask me, what's the difference between the women that I've coached and the men that I've coached? I think it varies. I've also coached couples. You see, men, they like to focus on the results, the facts, the statistics. They want to focus on the step-by-step. They want to get it across. Now, what I've noticed is a lot of power switches in couples. What do I mean by this? The woman has taken on the masculine role. The guy has taken on the feminine role. And nobody's happy in this dynamic either, right? They're all arguing. They're all very frazzled and colliding with each other's energies because they're each inauthentic energies fighting themselves. to try to remain authentic in their own frequencies. But what if that guy changed himself? He said, enough is enough. I'm taking a stand for this committed relationship. I am going to be the leader, okay? I'm going to move this relationship forward in a specific way, and I would like your trust for that, okay? I'm not gonna force you to do anything you don't want to, but I need your teamwork here. We're a team. May God give us the courage to nurture this next generation, man. It's really, like, shocking. Like, 4-year-olds nowadays are growing up in a world where people have gender dysmorphia. Like, it's kind of bizarre, man. Like, how do we get here? It's an internal battle of the hormones that's happening right now. Too much of that testosterone, it gets converted into estrogen. You see what I'm saying? So you've got to understand how to pace yourself, how to dynamically remain pure and authentic on your own journey, man. As long as you have your own ruler, your own measuring stick in this, you can have your power. You can have your cake and eat it too. You can go in and move with this energy, because we deserve to have it all. What if we were to create a new tantric society where everybody is freely loving and enchanting and speaking to each other in such ways? Amazing, man. Let's make that dream a reality. Let's get it upward spiral gang. May we never be the same again. Oh, boom.